I'm very glad about the 5 points. 5 points in Euro. I don't will take any day of the week, and we, as a group set, if you told us 2 weeks ago that we would be sitting on top of the group with 7 points, we would take it.
There were a lot of high tackles from both sides of the game, head high shots, only one red card. Is that inconsistency in your view?
No, I have to go and have a look at all those clips. Currently, the letter of the law states that if you make shoulder contact with the head, you're in a bit of trouble. We considered a yellow card. The opposition considered a red card early in the game. There were quite a few high shots, and yeah.
Is that a worry generally in the game, do you think, at the moment, the consistency of the new head high tackling?
Look, World Rugby informs us of the way the game's going, and player welfare is important, and we've got to adapt to that. So certainly something you train, and there's certainly no intent from Stephen Archer on our side, and if there's no intent from Danny on their side as well, then unfortunately a red card makes a game a bit difficult, and we've got to adapt to the letter of the law.
From the player's point of view, intent is not an issue obviously anymore. We saw that, accidents can happen, it can still be red cards. I mean, is
consistency the main worry from a player's point of view, and how the laws are being applied across the board?
It's not something a player has to worry about, we have to trust the officials and their adjudication, and trust them 100%. We've so much to worry about. It's not something that we can worry about. It's the high tackle has been penalised forever in the game. You know what I mean? It's never been allowed. It's not like guys are starting to do it now. Guys, no one wants to give away penalties anymore because of the pressure you put yourself on. So there's no guys doing it with intent. There's guys with good footwork out there who put you off balance, and 9 times out of 10 it's a genuine accident. But as Johann said, by the letter of the law, if you're upright and you're high, you're in trouble. And as Johann said already, there was certainly no intent from, I don't think, any of the lads' part today. But if you're awkward and you're upright, you know what I mean. It's part of the game that has been always penalised. It's just kind of in the spotlight at the moment.
Peter, have you had to change the way that you actually practice defence though because of this new directive?
No. As I said, it's particularly in the spotlight for the kind of rule change at the moment. No one's ever practiced high tackles, you know what I mean? Everyone's practicing, whether it's choke tackles, you're a bit more upright, but 9 times out of 10 your goal is a low tackle. But as I said, there's guys with footwork out there now who you have to snap into late, or you probably end up glomming at because they're that good. But if letter of the law, if you're upright and you're awkward, you're in trouble, and a lot of the times there's no intent, but that's just the law.
Tommy O'Donnell and Dan Goggins seem to be in a bad way going off. Can you give us any indication what the story is there?
Yeah, serious. Tommy's gone to hospital. No confirmation yet, but I believe he broke his leg. And Dan Goggins looks like a serious knee injury. Also lost Reece Marshall, which looks like a serious upper leg injury. So we'll know more on Monday. Big loss, only 8 weeks into the season, and 3 starters that goes down like this. With all the injuries that we have currently on the, not in the squad, long season ahead, but it's worrying from our side, and just shows the game at this stage. We talk about player welfare, but the game is becoming more and more physical, and guys get shots. I mean, 3 serious injuries from our side. I don't know about the opposition. It looked like their hooker also had quite a bit of pain when he came off just before half time. I don't know about the rest, so huge for us, those 3 guys.
Johann, are you concerned much about the tries you conceded towards the end, or do you think there was an element of getting the bonus point and perhaps sitting back a bit?
Yeah, look, I'm concerned with every point that we concede, and I thought our reaction from the players at half time was very good, and got to I think 36-10 it was by then, and now unfortunately I think we conceded quite a few penalties in a row there, and we got stuck inside our own 22. I said the whole week, all credit to Gloucester. I think they've got a fighting spirit. You could see that their players, every time they scored points, they got together, and got to give credit to the opposition as well. A lot of times when you're 14 men, it actually draws you closer, and they fought for that bonus point, and I think the last play of the game we killed it. So from our side, in terms of the bigger picture, 5 points for us, and they didn't get a point.
Did those 16 penalties annoy you? A lot of them at the end?
Yes, we want to keep it as low as possible. We've got certain standards for us. So obviously, I think it's the most we've conceded in a while. If you're at the line-out, scrum interpretation, there was a lot going on in the scrums, which I'll have to go and have a look at. And the obvious ones, the offsides, ill discipline from our side. But if I can also say, all credit to the players. There was quite a bit of niggle in the first 20 minutes, and then it could become very scrappy. And I thought we kept our composure in terms of foul play. Unfortunately, like Pete said, that last one on Arch, it just is a problem of a guy with feet, and got a penalty against him. And I thought Sammy went for the ball, but again, to the letter of the law, that's the yellow card.
Pete, as a guy who likes turnovers himself, you've got to appreciate the high burnout there. I think you had 3 in the first 25 minutes, and he has this ability to kind of win them inside your own 22 as well.
Yeah, you take them any day of the week. It's a massive pressure release for us. His incredible ability to stay in a fight and even be in an awkward position and keep his body weight under control. Very impressive, and you can see the performances he's had the last few weeks. He's been great for us.
Johann, is your head going into the space already of looking at centre and hooker and saying, okay, we're starting to get kind of thin here as well now?
Yeah, as coaches briefly spoke about it inside. Niall took a blow to the leg early in the week, and we're pretty thin there at this stage. Luckily, we've got Mike Sherry as well. That should be ready to go. And the centre, Yaku took a blow to his other knee. That's a bone bruising, which is kind of taking a bit longer than we anticipated. Chris Farrell's not back yet, and now Goggy being injured. So luckily we're not the only club struggling with that. There's like I said, all the injuries seem pretty big. It's not a lot of soft tissue. Sometimes when you get soft tissue, you can adapt your training, but it's all big trauma injuries.